The phone's harsh ring sliced through the darkness at 2:17 a.m. Marcus Thompson fumbled for his cell, heart racing as he saw an unfamiliar number. As a single father to 8-year-old Emma, late-night calls meant only one thing: emergency. What he couldn't know was that answering this wrong number would transform his life forever, and the life of one of the most powerful CEOs in the country. If you're moved by stories of unexpected kindness and second chances, hit that like button and subscribe to see more life-changing moments like this one. Marcus squinted at the bright screen, his voice rough with sleep. "Hello? Is this Richard from IT?" The woman's voice was tense, professional despite the hour. "No, I think you have the wrong. Listen, the entire system is down. Mr. Harrington needs these reports for the Tokyo meeting in 4 hours. If they're not ready, heads will roll, starting with yours." Marcus sat up, fully awake now. "Ma'am, I'm not Richard. You've got the wrong number." A pause. "Oh God. I'm sorry. It's just," her voice cracked. "This is the third crisis this week, and if I don't get these reports..." Something in her voice, desperation, exhaustion, struck a chord. Marcus had been there, that place where one more thing going wrong might break you. "What kind of reports?" he asked, surprising himself. "Financial projections for a merger. The files are all there, but the formatting is corrupted, and the graphs aren't displaying correctly. I've been trying to fix it for hours." Marcus glanced at the photo on his nightstand, Emma smiling with her front tooth missing. He'd promised to never miss another school event after her mother left. Tomorrow was just a regular workday at the hardware store. "Where's your office?" he heard himself asking. "Harrington Tower, downtown." "But you're not." "I used to work in data visualization before. Before life happened. Before Emma's mother decided family life wasn't for her. Before he had to take any job with flexible hours. I might be able to help." 30 minutes later, Marcus stood in the gleaming lobby of Harrington Tower, wearing jeans and his least wrinkled button-down shirt. The security guard eyed him suspiciously until a frazzled woman in a rumpled suit hurried toward them. "You actually came," she said, disbelief in her voice. "I'm Diane, Mr. Harrington's executive assistant. Marcus Thompson. I make no promises, but I'll try." She led him to an elevator that required a keycard, then up to the 47th floor. The office was mostly dark, save for a conference room where papers were strewn across a massive table and multiple laptops sat open. "The data's all here," Diane explained, showing him files on a sleek computer. "But when we try to generate the presentation..." Marcus nodded, already seeing the problem. He pulled up a chair and began typing. It had been years, but his fingers remembered. For the next hour, he worked silently, reconstructing broken formulas and rebuilding visualization parameters. "You're actually fixing it," Diane whispered, watching over his shoulder. "Just a compatibility issue between software versions," Marcus explained. "Your IT guy probably would have spotted it right away. Richard quit last week. Another casualty of working for Alexander Harrington." Marcus had heard the name. Everyone had. Alexander Harrington had built Harrington Industries from nothing into a global technology empire. The business magazines called him brilliant, ruthless, demanding. "Does he really need these at 6 a.m.? Marcus asked, finalizing a particularly complex graph. "Mr. Harrington expects." "What exactly does Mr. Harrington expect?" The deep voice came from the doorway. Marcus turned to see a tall man with silver-streaked dark hair, wearing an impeccable suit despite the hour. His presence filled the room instantly. Diane jumped to her feet. "Mr. Harrington. I was just, the reports were corrupted, and I called IT but reached this gentleman by mistake, and he offered to help, Anne." Harrington held up a hand, silencing her. His piercing gaze fixed on Marcus. "And who exactly are you?" "Marcus Thompson. I got a wrong call," heard someone in trouble, and thought I could help. He met the CEO's stare evenly. I used to do this kind of work. Used to? Harrington moved closer, examining the screen. These visualizations are better than anything my team has produced in months. Just cleaned up what was already there. Harrington studied him with the intensity of someone used to making split-second judgments about people. It's nearly 4 a.m. Don't you have somewhere to be in the morning? Marcus thought of Emma, sleeping peacefully at his neighbor Mrs. Chen's apartment. My daughter's school starts at 8:30. I need to be home by 7. You have a child, yet you came downtown in the middle of the night to help a stranger? Marcus shrugged. Seemed like the right thing to do. Something flickered across Harrington's face, surprise, perhaps, or curiosity. Show me what you've done. For the next 20 minutes, Marcus walked through the repairs and enhancements he'd made to the presentation. Harrington asked sharp, incisive questions that revealed both his technical knowledge and business acumen. Where do you work now, Mr. Thompson? Harrington finally asked. Westside Hardware. I manage inventory and help customers find the right screws for their cabinets. Harrington's eyebrows rose. A significant underutilization of your talents. It lets me be there for my daughter. After her mother left, that became my priority. Harrington was silent for a moment. Finish the presentation, Mr. Thompson. Then join me for breakfast. I need to get home. I'll have my driver take you afterward. It will be faster than public transportation. Before Marcus could protest further, Harrington had left the room. By 5:30 a.m., the presentation was complete. Diane looked like she might cry with relief. You saved my job, she said. Probably several jobs. Glad I could help. Marcus stood, stretching his stiff back. I should go. Mr. Harrington is waiting for you in his office. Marcus followed her through the executive floor to a corner office with floor-to-ceiling windows. The city was just beginning to glow with dawn light, skyscrapers silhouetted against the brightening sky. Harrington sat behind a massive desk, reviewing the presentation on a tablet. He gestured to a small table where breakfast had been laid out, coffee, fruit, pastries. Sit, Mr. Thompson. Eat. Marcus hesitated, then took a seat. The coffee was better than anything he'd tasted in years. Your work is exceptional, Harrington said without preamble. Why are you selling hardware? Marcus considered his answer carefully. Life doesn't always go as planned. When my ex-wife left, Emma was 4. She needed stability more than I needed a career. And now? Now we have a routine that works. I'm there when she gets home from school. We have dinner together every night. Harrington nodded slowly. My father worked 18-hour days building his first company. I barely knew him. When he died suddenly, I was 12. Too late to change anything. The personal admission surprised Marcus. It didn't fit the ruthless CEO image. I need someone with your skills, Harrington continued. My data visualization team is clearly inadequate. I'm prepared to offer you a position. Salary commensurate with your abilities, which I suspect are considerable. Marcus set down his coffee cup. I appreciate the offer, but I can't work the hours you'd expect. Emma needs. What if the position came with flexibility? Core hours from 9 to 3, with the rest of your work done remotely? Marcus stared at him. Why would you do that? Harrington's expression was unreadable. Because talent like yours is rare. Because you came downtown at 2 a.m. to help someone you didn't know. Because principles matter. Even in business. Especially in business. Harrington leaned forward. I've built my company on identifying exceptional people and giving them what they need to excel. You need flexibility for your daughter. I need your skills and, apparently, your integrity. Marcus thought about his life, the constant struggle to make ends meet, the creative part of himself that had withered working at the hardware store, the college fund for Emma that remained stubbornly empty. "I'd need to see everything in writing," he said cautiously. "And a trial period to make sure it works for Emma." Harrington smiled for the first time, a genuine expression that transformed his stern face. "Of course. I'll have HR prepare the paperwork today." As promised, Harrington's driver took Marcus home in a sleek black car that made Mrs. Chen's eyes widen when she saw it from her window. Emma was just waking up, confused to find her father in yesterday's clothes but excited about the chocolate croissant he'd brought her from the CEO's breakfast spread. That night, after Emma was asleep, Marcus sat at their small kitchen table and opened the email from Harrington Industries. The salary figure made him blink twice to ensure he wasn't misreading it. The flexible hours were there in black and white, along with remote work options and benefits that included college savings plans. 6 months later, Marcus stood in that same corner office, presenting his team's findings to Harrington and the board. His department had already saved the company millions by identifying inefficiencies hidden in their data. Emma was thriving too, proud of her father's new job and the stability it provided. After the meeting, Harrington asked him to stay behind. "You've exceeded every expectation," the CEO said. "But I'm curious, do you ever regret answering that wrong number?" Marcus thought about the changes in his life. The challenging work that fulfilled him. The security for Emma. The unexpected friendship with the demanding but fair-minded CEO. "Best wrong number I ever answered," he replied with a smile. Harrington nodded, satisfaction evident in his expression. Sometimes the wrong call leads to exactly the right place. What neither man said aloud was how they had each filled a gap in the other's life. Marcus had found not just employment but purpose. And Harrington, known throughout the business world for his brilliance but not his compassion, had discovered that flexibility and understanding could yield results that ruthlessness never could. The wrong call at 2 a.m. hadn't just changed Marcus's career, it had changed Harrington's company. In the months since Marcus joined, employee policies had shifted. Remote work options expanded. A childcare center opened in the building. Retention rates improved dramatically. One wrong number, answered by a man who chose kindness over convenience, had created ripples that continued to spread. And it all began with a simple choice to help a stranger in the middle of the night.